So I've been cycling on and off for about 30 years now because my parents basically just put me on a bike when I was very, very, very small, and I grew up in a really cycling obsessed family. I have cycled road, cyclocross, gravel, mountain bike, cycle touring. I've done it all except for BMX and enduro, I guess. And there are some things that I've learned along the way that took me a weird amount of time to learn them, and I'm going to share them very quickly in this video. Number one, it's as hard or as easy as you make it. This goes for a lot of things in life, but cycling specifically, I think it's really, really important to acknowledge that it's not intrinsically difficult for most people. Cycling can be extremely difficult when you push yourself just too far. No matter what your level of experience is, there's always a too far for you. So that might be in distance, it might be in speed, it might be in terrain. I can cycle up some very steep hills on the road, but put me on a gravel track and suddenly cycling up the same gradient of hill is going to be a lot harder. If you live in a really flat area, then maybe you can cycle further than people who live in hilly areas can. But the point is that it's all within your control, but it's not intrinsically difficult. And if you're just starting to get into cycling, or you want to get back into cycling after a long time, then you can watch the video that I'll put in somewhere here. But basically you can just take it slow, and please do take it slow, because cycling is awful when you make it really hard for yourself, when you go out in terrible weather on a too long ride and you go too quickly. You can just make it as hard or as easy as you want it to be. And if you've made it hard, then appreciate that it's a hard ride and it doesn't necessarily reflect on you. You've just made a hard ride. Number two, nobody you care about cares what you look like. This, I know, puts a lot of people off cycling, especially road cycling, which is more of the lycra ilk, and that can make a lot of people feel quite self-conscious. I have been basically indoctrinated into the lycra lifestyle since I was very small, so to me it's really normal. But I know plenty of people who hate it and feel extremely uncomfortable wearing tight clothing. Now, you don't have to wear lycra and you don't have to wear really figure-hugging clothing if you don't want to. It's purely a wind resistance kind of thing, and also it's a little bit of a look. But whatever you look like and whatever you wear on the bike, that's just what you look like and what you're wearing on the bike. If other people are going to judge you for that, or you think they are, do you value their opinion? Or is it that generalized anxiety about being worried about how people perceive you in the world? And I get that because I experience it a lot in other parts of my life. But when it comes down to it, you just have to make the decision. Are you going to not do something because you're placing too much importance in the perceived perceptions of people that you actually don't value the opinion of? Perhaps you feel like wearing a helmet makes you look like an idiot, or wearing this particular jersey makes you look like an idiot, or wearing this particular bib shorts makes you look like an idiot. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. It's fine. We all feel like that sometimes, but if you let it stop you, then you're letting it stop you. People who actually care about you don't care what you look like on a bike. Number three, bikes are simple. You can learn to fix them. That doesn't mean you're gonna wanna fix them all the time. It doesn't mean you always wanna tune their brakes or tune their gears. Hell, I'm taking my bike for a service very soon because I don't wanna do it myself. But know this, you can. You can learn how to fix a puncture. You can learn how to clean your bike. You can learn how to maintain it. Bikes are fundamentally very, very simple, unless you're spending a lot of money getting the ones with all the electric fancy stuff. But your average bicycle is extremely simple. It's a very, very simple machine. So if you're worried about going out on your bike because you might knock a chain off or break something or get a puncture, you can learn how to fix those things, ideally ahead of time, but it is not beyond you. I guarantee you can already do and have already learned things that are way, way, way harder than fixing a puncture or changing a tire or getting your chain back on. Number four, just take water. Just take fuel. I don't care how far you're going or how difficult or easy the ride is, take these things. Honestly, I can cycle to the supermarket, which is really not very far away, and I will almost always still take water with me, because a lot of the time we're not drinking enough in our everyday lives, and then the second you get on the bike and you just nip to the shops, your body's like, oh, I've woken up now, and I've just remembered that I haven't drunk anything in 4 hours, and now suddenly I'm really, really thirsty, and you're gonna want some water. So many times I've gone for a bike ride after lunch and I'm like, oh, it's fine, I won't need anything to eat. And then I get really, really hungry and really, really burnt out an hour into the ride. So just take water and just take some food. Just a snack, just in a jersey pocket or something. just do it. Finally, number 5, cycling is a cumulative activity. This applies to almost everything in life, but cycling, it is so true. The more you cycle, the more confident you'll be on the bike, in traffic, on rough roads, on all sorts of things. The more you cycle, the stronger you get, which will also make you more confident on the bike because you know that you can get up that hill, you can overtake that person. The more you cycle, the more your bike handling skills will improve, and this will make you just a better, more efficient and a safer cyclist, as well as a more confident one. And the more you cycle, the more your horizons expand. Suddenly you can get yourself to different places, and you can rent a bike or take a bike when you're going traveling or going on holiday, and you can go cycling there as well. Cycling gives you immense freedom to explore the places you are and just get yourself from A to B in a way that is self-powered. Those are the 5 major things I've learned in 30 years of cycling. It doesn't sound very revolutionary, but honestly, it's a pretty simple activity.